Another big one, that Grade 1 again, the Tattersalls Ireland champion novice hurdle. We have an absentee in Moulin Avant, won last year by the filly Gerard's Girl, and we have two mares in this year's contest. €100,000 in prize money. Bacardys is your number one on your race card and your newspaper. Willie Mullins trains. The jockey is the man in form, Patrick Mullins. 2 Blueberry, quietly fancied, Paul Townend. 3 Death Judy, can he regain the winning tread? Brian Cooper. 4 is the hugely exciting Finian's Oscar, Robbie Power. 5 Kimboy, David Mullins. 6 is an absentee. On to number 7, the Galileo Gelding, Outspoken, for Joseph O'Brien and Mark Walsh. 8, Run for Dave, Jack Kennedy. 9, Let's Dance, Ruby Walsh. And number 10 is Warren Greatrix, the Nipper. Gavin Sheehan is aboard Tom Lee. Good betting heat, this.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's an exaggeration to suggest that the key horse, if you're a bookmaker today, the one that you want to get beaten, that's been in all the doubles, trebles, accumulator bets around the country, in the shops, here at the track, in the on-course betting shop, is number 4, Finian's Oscar. £250,000 he cost, but actually it's looking like money well spent, because everything they've thrown at him, he does it with such ease. If he turns up here in the same mood he was in 20 days ago at Aintree, look out, because this is a bit special, this horse. Already 2 Grade 1 wins. Colin Tizard in town on Wednesday, obviously with a big money double there, won the big Grade 1 there. Could be more success here. Very, very confidently back today. 7-4, 13-8 now. By contrast, Death Duty, he went to Cheltenham with a sky-high reputation. He was running below form when he unseated his rider there. If you want the each-way horse, well, Willie Mullins has just served up a 12-1 stunner in the champion hurdle. Blueberry, a horse who every time they've raised the bar this season, Blueberry just keeps answering those questions and then some, has earned a crack at this sort of level, and the money that's been around 12-1 into 10-1. Fascinating horse, Blueberry, unbeaten this campaign, and definitely merits a shot at a race of this prestige, but certainly the one to aim at, the one with real strength behind him. Finian's Oscar, sigh of relief time for the bookies if he doesn't come home in front today.
Yeah, I've just caught up with Colin Tizard here, of course, Finian Oscar's trainer. He looks absolutely fantastic. He's a really classy individual, unbeaten, and could go and do it again today.
Well, he's got a favourites chance, I believe. Anyway, no, this is a Grade 1 race, and you know, there's always good horses coming through, isn't there? It's not a give me at all. I think he's going to have to run up to his very, very best to win it. So there's no reason why he shouldn't.
He picked up very well last time at Aintree.
Yeah, halfway through the race he was dropping back. He's jumping just about a Robbie now, and Robbie's going to jump off a little bit closer because you know, he's a bit green still. But he did power through later on in the race, and hopefully he can do that again.
Horses are in great form. You already had 2 here at the festival.
Yeah, we had a very good, you know, we've had 3 lovely days actually, because we bought a nice horse yesterday as well.
Well done.
So that's 3 good days. Let's just hope we have a few more.
Let's hope so. Oh, you got Sizen Cadelco tomorrow, hasn't you?
Yeah, when I left England I thought my best chances were Friday and Saturday, so here we go.
Here we go. Good luck. Good to see you, Colin.
Bacardys is one of those that rates a danger at Finian's Oscar. He's dead interesting, I think. He ran in the Neptune last time out and actually pulled out. He got hampered halfway, couldn't get back into it at all. He'd won his 2 previous races in good style.
2 is Blueberry, great looking horse to Luke McMahon's. Luke is already after winning the Grade 1 here on the first day. This fella won at Ferry House, then he came and he won nicely at Naas and won well the last day at Ferry House again. Him with a big shout. Looks good value there, 9 and 10-1. Should imagine you couldn't be out of money.
Gordon Elliott will be hoping that Death Duty can bring back a bit of good prize money here. He's a very, very good horse, no doubt about it. Gordon rates him highly. He rattled up a 4-timer, then went off to Cheltenham for the Albert Bartlett. Huge disappointment there. He's got to get back here now.
Finian's Oscar has been a revelation. This one started off winning a point back in October, won a Grade 1, Channel Hurl, and then won again at Liverpool. A cracking horse, bred by the O'Keefes down in Harveystown, down in Tagmun, Wexford.
Kemboy is another of Willie's horses. David Mullins rides this fella. He ran a big race in the Neptune. He finished 5th, but he was beaten less than 10 lengths, and he was a good winner. At Limerick, I think, at Christmas, and ran behind Let's Dance in between.
The 7 is Outspoken. He was second to Blueberry the last day at Ferry House. He's won a couple of nice races as well. He's a horse in with a big shout, and he won't be far away. Again, great value at 14-1 for an each-way bet.
Run for Dave, another of Gordon's. Jack Kennedy rides this fella. Finished third by Hidalboom Photo at Fairy House at Easter. A good winner at Clonmel back in February, and in between finished third to Champagne Classic. Fantastic race in the Patumps.
And there's 9, one of 2 fillies in the race. Let's Dance, a model of consistency, good winner at Cheltenham, touched off by her stable companion Augusta Kate at Ferry House last time in a Grade 1. If that hasn't taken too much out of her, she's in with a big shout again. If she'd missed that, you'd really fancy her. There's the other filly.
Yeah, she's dead interesting. She's by Scorpion, and she's a real Scorpion. She's got oodles of talent, but she ran out here a year ago, and she's run her last 3 races: Haydock, Newcastle, Lingfield. She's got the talent, but this is a bit of a step up. The 9 runners gathering down at the start. Colin Tizard getting his position to see the favourite, Finian's Oscar. Number 7, Outspoken, very consistent for Joseph O'Brien and Mark Walsh on the Galileo. Death Duty, I thought Death Duty was, that we saw that race Ted at Nace when Augusta Kate came down. I thought that was interesting, and Augusta Kate then went and beat Let's Dance. That's a little bit of a guide here. The Lawless Hotel hurdle at Nace.
Yeah, that was early in January, but this horse was on everyone's list as a Cheltenham contender, but he ran no sort of race at Cheltenham, absolutely none whatsoever. He ran a bit keen and didn't get the strip, he just didn't get home. I'm finding you, Augusta Kate ran no race either at Cheltenham, and she came back to win at Ferry House. Don't know if she'd have beat him here, she'd have looked at the last.
Well, that allowed Death Duty to go on and record a handsome victory, and then he got his comeuppance at Cheltenham. But that was just the only blot so far on a really good season so far amongst novices. Leading ones here for this champion novice hurdle.
Runners taking formation behind me, and the well-fancied Let's Dance looks like one of those lined up to be very handy down the inner. She's upside Mark Walsh and Outspoken, and the other big fancy Finian's Oscar. He also seems to be placed very handily with Puppy Power in the middle of that 5. The one you can see closest to you, number 10, the Nipper, is the only one down here at the start who's acting up a bit. The other runners very calm, relaxed and sedate, but the Nipper is sweating quite a bit, jig-jogging quite a bit, and giving Gavin Sheehan a little bit of a tough time. So Gavin, I'm sure, will be doing his best to keep this fella as calm as he can. He's switched across to the inner, but bar that, everything else seems to be quite relaxed and happy.
And we can check with the lads what the market's looking like.
6-4, the favourite Finian's Oscar. 3-1, Let's Dance. 5-1, Death Duty, and at 7 and 8-1 bar. Tony O'Hare, this will be very informative.
Well, it's Richard Hugh. This is going to be absolutely terrific. There's some unbeaten records on the line here. Bacardys beaten once over hurdles when completing, and that was when hampered at Cheltenham. Let's Dance beaten once over hurdles since last year. Death Duty beaten once. Finian's Oscar unbeaten. A lot of records on the line. They're racing in the Tados Ireland Champion Novice Hurdle. Isterbrack and Vautour future winners, and if the depth of form is anything to go by, we could see something very special. Whatever comes out on top here, but Let's Dance is going to come out in front in the early stages. Outspoken is racing in second. Death Duty is prominent as they clear flight number 1, early back marker Blueberry. So they settle into racing order now, and it's going to be Let's Dance who takes them along, being followed by Death Duty. Kem Boy racing a little cleanly up on the outside to take a share of the lead. Outspoken is close in 4, then the Nipper, she too unbeaten over hurdles other than a fall, unbeaten when standing up. Then Finian's Oscar, well, he is unbeaten. Next up is Bacardys, down the inside is Run for Dave, and Blueberry brings up the rear. So now they make the turn into the straight. Next one they meet will be flight number 3, and it's Let's Dance, with on the outside Kem Boy, the Willie Mullins 1-2, the Nipper for the Warren Greatrix team is in 3rd. Death Duty's a little wider out in the Jigginstown Silks with the sheepskin noseband. Down the inside is Outspoken and the McManus Silks. Further back behind these is the yellow sleeves of Run for Dave, then Bacardys and the Stars. Just behind these is the Potts Colours, who've been so successful this week with Finian's Oscar, and Blueberry is the back marker. This will be their last next time around, and Outspoken, the one that was probably worst over it, although Run for Dave wasn't foot perfect. So now being steadied up in front, it would seem. Let's Dance with the advantage, with over on the near side Kemboy. The judge would have had to separate them there with a picture because they went by together. Racing a little keenly in third is the Nipper, one of two fillies in the field. Let's Dance is the other, of course. And then towards the inside is Outspoken Mark Walsh. Towards the outside is Death Duty and Brian Cooper. Bacardys and Patrick Mullins, who's just won our big one, is bidding for a quick grade 1 success here. Then towards the inside, Run for Dave and Jack Kennedy. Finian's Oscar and Robert Power last but one. And Blueberry brings up the rear for Paul Townend. So heading into the bend, Let's Dance on the inside under Ruby Walsh. On the outside is Kemboy, Davy Mullins. They're the leading pair. The Nipper is third and fourth down the inside. Is Outspoken. Next up is Death Duty. Bacardys is next as they take the flight, bring them away from the stands, and Blueberry just flattened it. Heading now to take the descent, and it's Let's Dance down the inside. This daughter of Polyglot who leads Kemboy, who's just keeping her company now on the outside. Right behind them in third is the Nipper, being followed by Death Duty, who's towards the outside of Outspoken. Next up, Bacardys is in the centre. Run for Dave is just being niggled along a few strides there to hold his position. Finian's Oscar's getting plenty of light towards the back on the outside, and the back marker remains Blueberry. So they come now towards the flight before they turn into the back straight, and Kemboy possibly took off in front over that one, but Let's Dance holds the inside advantage. Right behind them in third is the Nipper. Bacardys is next with Death Duty on the outside. Outspoken down the inner. Finian's Oscar is next with Run for Dave, and the back marker remains Blueberry in the colours that picked up a grade 1 earlier this week of Phyllis Emery. So now they head along the back straight, none towards flights 7 and 8 in this grade 1 novice hurdle. Kemboy on the outside. On the inside, Let's Dance. Right behind them in third is the Nipper. Never been too far away. Death Duty's right there on the outer. Outspoken hasn't left the rail. Finian's Oscar's just closing up a little bit now, with Bacardys right on his tail. Run for Dave down the inside, and Blueberry, although the back marker very much in touch, and Outspoken just a little awkward over that one. Blueberry lost a length in jumping as well as they continue along the back now and on towards the next, which is 4 flights from the finish, and it's Let's Dance with on the outside Kemboy. Death Duty's right on terms behind them, as is the Nipper as they clear that one. Finian's Oscar and Outspoken go next. Run for Dave is still being niggled. Bacardys was just asked for effort for a stride, and Blueberry's the back marker. They leave the back straight behind them now, making their way on towards the third last. Very tightly bunched, and a talented bunch they are. Let's Dance on the inside of Kemboy. Death Duty's running much better here today. Then comes the Nipper. Outspoken. Finian's Oscar is tracking Death Duty now. Then Blueberry, who's getting up into it. Run for Dave is next. Bacardys, the one that's just at the back of the field now, tightly bunched to the turn, and it is Let's Dance with Kemboy. Death Duty. Finian's Oscar's getting there smoothly. On the outside, Blueberry's getting right into contention. Then just behind them is the Nipper. Down the inside is Outspoken. Flight before the turn in. Death Duty now in the centre. On the inside, Let's Dance. Here comes Finian's Oscar. Bacardys trying to come back at them with Blueberry, and it's Let's Dance is going to lead them in. Finian's Oscar's right up on the outside. Death Duty's ridden. Bacardys is just behind them, and then comes Blueberry and Finian's Oscar. He's gone to the front with one to jump. Back in second is Let's Dance. Bacardys is third. Death Duty is fourth. There's plenty of prize money here, but Finian's Oscar looks as though he's going for the winning prize money. He's gone 5 clear from in second. Bacardys. Let's Dance is third. They're being followed by Death Duty. Final flight coming up for Finian's Oscar. Comes to it. Over in front, he's a little awkward. Bacardys is rearing him down on the near side now. Finian's Oscar with Bacardys coming home strongly on the near side. Heads down for the line. It's Finian's Oscar and Bacardys. An unbeaten record on the line. It's Bacardys on the near side who's beaten Finian's Oscar. Back in third is Death Duty, and fourth is Let's Dance, and they're clear from Blueberry, and the next one to go by was the Nipper and Kemboy, and pulled up was Outspoken, but Patrick and Willie Mullins, the Mullins machine is rolling. Bacardys has taken the scalp of Finian's Oscar, 2 former Irish point-to-pointers, Rory O'Brien.
Yeah, Bacardys, what a day for Patrick, what a day for Willie, what a day for the Mullins clan in particular. And Bacardys gets up to beat Finian's Oscar. He looked all over a winner going to the last, but he was clumsy at the last. Bacardy winged it, and he nails him on the finish, beats him. A good head he beat him there. Finian's Oscar ran a cracker back in second. Let's Dance maybe ran a little bit keen in front. She's back in third. A 1 and a third for Willie here. And that's a big one there. Great double for Patrick. 2 grade 1s in the space of 35 minutes, bought him for his dad, and going to put him in front of Gordon Elliott in the title now. He was 26,000 behind him, and that was worth him between the win and the third. It's worth him 70,000, so that's a huge big boost. I don't know where Death Duty finished. Maybe he was fourth. Willie's other horse comes around there in the Luke McMahon colours. Maybe he was fourth. I wasn't looking back at that. Run for Dave took a horrible fall at the third last. Death Duty is fourth, third. Death Duty is third, so there's the mare wasn't third. I thought she was third. Death Duty was third, so Death Duty runs on to be third. Let's Dance just fades out of it there. Bacardy comes to the right, Rattle going to the last, jumps it. Patrick rode this fella when he won at Christmas as well too. He was a good bumper horse last year, and he's a right good novice hurler here. Right good tussle down to the line. Horse on the inside has lost absolutely nothing. Two cracking horses. That Duty got up to be third there, alright, I was calling that wrong. Let's Dance is only fourth. He was clumsy at the last, Finnegan's Oscar, and hard as Puppy tries. Patrick gets the run here, sticking his right hand, gets a good old tune out of Bacardys, and he runs all the way to the line, gets his head in front maybe in the last 50 yards and wins by about a head. Other horse battles back. They're two good horses, two good point-to-point horses, a good advert. Rory O'Brien was on there a moment ago talking to Robert about what a training ground it is and a potential place for top-class horses, and it is. A good point-to-point horse is worth more than a good bumper horse now, because it's proved that they're the way to go for the chasers and everything else. And was always thus. It was always, the point-to-point was always a great schooling ground for him.
Let's hear from the winning trainer.
Yes, a very proud father here. He's just having a look at the big screen, watching Patrick do it again. He was phenomenal.
It was fantastic. He was, God, he gave us some ride, didn't he? You know, yeah, some ride. I mean, the horse wasn't travelling for him halfway down the back. He just dropped him out, gave him a breather, thanked on everything going right for him. Got the little. When I saw him just nudging out for a bit of space, turning for home, I thought, wow. Patrick obviously thinks he has a, you know, he's eyeing up a challenge, and I thought, you know,
the timing was perfect.
I thought the race was over then when Robert hit the front, but I could still see him coming, and once again he just measured the last, just watching it here.
Riding out of his skin.
Yeah, landed running, hit him 2, 3, 4. Might be in trouble. But anyhow, he got up anyhow, and you know, I thought it was just a head bobber. It was a fantastic ride.
2 grade ones in the space of 35 minutes.
Yes, yeah.
Nice one.
What a day for him. What a day for him.
What a day for you. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Well done.
Oh, wonderful, isn't it? And there is the man of the moment, young Patrick Mullins. And Bacardys, he'd run in the Neptune, as we said. He just got hampered at halfway, and he couldn't, you know, Cheltenham, you're always on the turn. It's always go. If you get hampered, you know, it's very, very hard to come around. And there is the photo finish. You have Bacardys there, nearest to us, and Finian's Oscar on the far side, and they pulled clear of Death Duty and Let's Dance. Fantastic result, real good horse. It's on a coastal path. We can have a look at his page out of a Robin Deschamps mare, bred in France, and what a good horse he is.
Yeah, what a great 3/4 of an hour for Patrick Mullins. Great for his dad, but what a great time too to be sharing it with your son like that, Patrick. 2 big winners. Jamie might be, looks like he will beat him as leading champion amateur, but this is a great year for Patrick. He's ridden 36 or 7 winners, 3 grade 1 winners this season. Rode 1 at Christmas and then 2 here at Punchestown. Fine young man he is too. He's a great asset to the whole place down in Close Sutton. There's connections.
Finian's Oscar ran a blinder in second, met with defeat, but we'll hear a lot more about him. Son of Oscar out of Taipan there. We'll see him over fences no doubt next season. Good man. Those are the times to do it. Well done also to the Shannakill Racing Syndicate. They'll have gone to Cheltenham full of hope and been a little deflated, but they have got a real good one in Bacardys. What do you say about the man to the left of our screen, Willie Mullins? Done it again. Good run by the mare Let's Dance as well. We've been talking about point-of-points, and we've got a lovely point-of-point feature still to come, but I can tell you we saw money flying last night here at the golf sale. Vision de Floss, who won the Land Rover bumper, he had cost just, 25,000 at last year's sale. He made 270. Tom Malone bought him. He was the top price. And minutes to midnight, the Mayor, who won the Mayor's bumper on Wednesday, she fetched 200,000, and she'd cost just 5,500 as a 3-year-old. But this is about Bacardys, this Tattersall's Island champion novice hurdle, and a handsome prize. 100,000 spread about. 60,000 she's won Bacardys here, or he has, and it's a happy occasion.
What's Willie in front now, Pat?
I thought he was in front beforehand, but you said he was behind.
No, he's behind. I was wrong. He was 26,000.
Yeah, well, I reckon
I was only looking at the television.
I reckon he's the guts of 85 or 90,000 ahead now. Must be.
He must be more than that.
You know? Well, he must be, because he got 60,000 and he got 5,000, so that's 65. But Gordon, 25. Yeah, but Gordon got 10, yeah, so that's 55. 55 on top of 25 is around 85.
80,000.
Yeah, 80 plus.
Still to play for now, but I mean 80,000 is 80,000.
This is a good horse, Ted. He's, Ruby got no run on him at the Neptune.
He got brought down when JP's horse fell with Mark Walsh. He was directly behind him, and that was the end of that. He won a Grade 1 at Leopardstown at Christmas.
We can hear the winning from the winning rider, Patrick.
Here we are again. Yes, Patrick and I, another Grade 1. Just talk us through that. That was a hell of a ride.
Well, I didn't quite go to plan. The plan was to follow Ruby, but he's just jumped a little high and he's been jumping a bit to his left, and I haven't been able to keep my position. So all credit to the horse for being able to come from where he did, you know.
And the timing was perfect.
Well, when you get there, it is. But again, you know, the McSweeney's for letting me ride him. I've been super and been very lucky on this horse. And like I said, I mean, all the last 2 weeks I've been hitting the crossbar, finishing second. And it's funny how things can turn around.
It certainly is. And you put your father ahead again. And, you know, to get 2 Grade 1s in the bag in the space of 40 minutes, it's pretty special.
It's a pity the amateur championship isn't on prize money. They only count for 1 in mine, but I'm 3 behind, and I think I have 4 rides left, and Jamie has a few rides left, so hopefully we can keep things going.
Hopefully. Well done. Brilliant.
Thanks very much.
Well done.
Well done, Paddy. Tremendous excitement here at Punchestown. The Tattersall's Island champion novice hurdle. Another close finish. A short head between first and second. Bacardys, owned by the Shanakeel Racing Syndicate, of course, appointed by veterinary surgeon Walter Connors from Dungarvan, of course. And the Connors families have sold many a good horse down through the years to Team Mullins, and they've sold another one in Bacardys. Wins the Grade 1 champion novice by a short head. Bacardys, your 10-1 shot, 142-1 double for father and son combination, having earlier won with Wicklow Brave. Fillion's Oscar losing nothing in defeat, second at 13-8 favourite, and third number 3 Det Duty at 9-2. 3 quality horses to go fencing next year. The winner Bacardys, 10-1 for the Shanakeel Racing Syndicate, and father and son team Willie and Patrick Mullins.
Oh, what a huge race that was, wasn't it? Bacardys coming home at 10-1, second Grade 1 for Patrick Mullins, and Willie now ahead in the championship for the leading trainers.